Today, the moon is in Libra, and that gives me the monthly opportunity to remind you that your voice matters. I'm Marina Ormes here with your Astro Vibe for Thursday, December 7th. I got the date wrong on a couple of my videos, and so I'm being super careful now and double checking each time that I'm giving you the right date and the right video at the right time. So thanks for being here. And Libra is about balance. It's about how all of the voices, all of the perspectives, all of the different needs need to share a seat at the table. That includes your voice. So it's not balance if you compromise or silence yourself or play small. That is a Libran tendency, because with that Libra energy, we tend to want to please. We want others to be happy. We want to not ruffle feathers. We don't want to make waves. We just like that nice, even, peaceful feeling, nice, happy, pleasant vibe. So that's very Libra. But we need to keep in mind that when we're talking about Libra energy, and the moon in Libra is in Libra for everyone, right? So just a quick pointer, if you're new to watching my videos or new to astrology, that you may have a Libra moon. Somebody may know maybe a Libra sun. That's not what we're talking about here. Here we are talking about where the moon is currently. And so for today, Thursday, December 7th, the moon is in Libra. So it's in Libra for everybody on the whole planet right now. And that energy of the moon being in Libra brings a particular vibe to the to this time. So astrology is all about how we understand the different qualities that different times have. We don't often think about it in this culture. I mean, we notice, like, we can look back historically and say, oh, this is the week that there were those headlines in the news, or this is the year that big event happened, right? But we don't realize that astrology is the language of how that happens. And so when we're talking about the moon sign, which is what I talk about a lot here, we're actually talking about the vibe of the day. So like the mood of the day. What is the feeling, the vibe, the mood? It doesn't mean that it doesn't predict what's going to happen so much as what it does is kind of gives us a background energy of what it feels like. Especially with the moon. The moon is about feelings and how it feels. So when the moon is in a particular sign, which is what I share with you here, you can kind of understand what is the soup we're all swimming in. And so for today, the moon is in Libra, meaning that we all have that feeling of wanting to be nice, wanting to be happy, wanting harmony, wanting peace, wanting everybody to get along. The downside of that is that real balance isn't happening if you are letting yourself be a doormat. So, right? So you might be like, your silence might be creating some sort of ease, right? It's not hard because you can just go along with your day. You don't have to deal with difficult feelings or conflict or challenges to the norm or whatever. It's easier, right? It's easy just to stuff it, not say what you need to say, not be yourself, right? So this is a reminder that when the moon is in Libra, collectively, we all have that desire to please one another and to have harmony and balance, but real balance. It's also an opportunity to bring real balance in. So when you push those buttons, push those edges, speak up, speak your truth, be yourself, say what you need to say. Doesn't have to be in a confrontational way, but it can come from a place of, hey, I need to say this because this is my truth, or this is a perspective that I have, or this is something I can see that you're not necessarily paying attention to, and I need to point it out. So remember that your voice, your perspective, your experience needs to be shared as an equal at the table. And that, so balance can happen when we all bow down to some powers that be, or someone who's a bully, or someone who's used to getting their way, right? That's a kind of balance. Like, okay, we'll all agree that we'll do what you say and everybody will be fine. But really, we're not fine, right? And that's where I was saying yesterday, Wednesday, December 6th, that balance, real balance, is dynamic. It changes. We need to adjust and adapt as the situation and the scenario and the issues evolve. So bring yourself to the table, say what you need to say, at least think about it, right? You don't have to do it if you're not ready. And I really encourage, self-care doesn't mean always putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation. Sometimes you need to give it a little time, but you can always reflect. So like, what did I say? What didn't I say? And why? And am I holding back? Or is there something I would say if XYZ were true? Or, it's just asking those questions, getting curious, noticing your patterns, your habits, what you do. And as you get curious, you might discover in there that there is something you might do a little bit differently next time. So that's all it is. It's an opportunity to reflect on what balance is, how you're contributing to the balance of the status quo, right? Whatever that is, and what it might look like for you to be more authentic, more effective, right? Some of us are not being ourselves because we're shutting down, or we're silencing ourselves, or we're being quiet, or we don't feel we're valid. Others of us have the opposite, right? Maybe we say too much. Maybe we interject our perspective and don't slow down to listen to others. So it's not about one thing or another. It's just really about reflecting on what balance is, where you are showing up for that, and what it could look like to do it differently. Really, the world needs us to really reflect more deeply on how we are showing up, and how we're engaging and responding with the situations we find ourselves in. So maybe it's about speaking up more, maybe it's about being less vocal, right? Listening and getting curious. So whatever your patterns are, notice what they are, and just ask yourself if there's anything you might want to try that that might have to do with your own way of showing up at the table. All right, that's my that's my little Libra soapbox. Thanks so much for being here. I'm Marina Ormes, and you can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. I'm going to be sharing more throughout this month as we head into 2024, what to expect, what 2024 will bring. Always a good topic to think about as we reach the end of a year, and especially as we head into very important themes next year with a presidential election and lots going on. So lots and lots to think about. I will be sharing more with you about astrology and what it reveals and how we can think about it. Probably more to share with you this coming weekend. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for being here and for subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.